Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am making a journal strictly from envelopes, and I've got all sorts of envelopes. I've got a big tub of them, so I just went through them all and found what I need to make my journal. So the cover of the journal is going to be this, which is a business envelope that stuff came in, and I thought that I would reuse that. I'm going to have to cover it somehow, so I'll deal with that afterwards. But I just wanted to pull the journal together first. So the finished size of this will be, it must be about 9 by 6. It's basically, that's sort of like bigger than an A4, so it's about an A5 size. And then I'll just put some envelopes together. Now I've got different envelopes here, and how I want to do this is just put them inside each other like this. And then that is going to create my page. So I'll start by sticking some of these down and see if I can make something with them. As I said, I've got a whole tub full of envelopes that I've been collecting. I think these ones came from an op shop because I like the inside of them. And I think if I just put them together and put them in here, and then I can embellish on top of them to create this journal. I've got all sorts of different sizes, as I said. I've got these ones with the round top. I think these came from a, one of the dollar stores or something. I saw them in there one day and picked them up. And it's super easy. I'm just putting them inside each other and putting the second tab, sticking that second tab on. I'm not even worrying about sticking the first one on. I'll just put that on. And I don't think it matters that they're going to be all different sizes. I thought I had 2 of these. Just let me look. Move on. I've got 2 of these. These are also from an op shop. And I will take the sticky off these. And if you've got envelopes, or if you're just looking for something to make a journal out of, why not try if envelopes, even envelopes you get in the mail, you could use those too. I've got an airmail envelope here. I don't know how that's going to go, but put it in anyway. And one of these long ones. That's got that on there, so I might have to cut that off actually. Otherwise it's going to stick, and I don't want it in there, and my envelope won't be able to put anything in there because it'll close the hole up. So these are obviously a newer envelope. The ones with the self-sealing thing are always the newer ones. And I may have to run a bead of glue on that one. For now I'll just put some glue on the back here. And then see if I need to do anything on that front one. Yeah, because it's sticking up like this, I am going to put some glue along here. So that will stick down for me. Oh. I don't get a lot of junk mail or normal mail either anymore. We get a lot of stuff, all our bills and things are online now, but if you do, you've probably got heaps of envelopes that you can use for this sort of thing. Go in there. I've also got these little ones, which are just a cheap little envelope, but they're quite cute, some of them, so I might use a couple of these ones as well. Now I'm also going to put one of these over the top like this, and then it will be able to be opened up later on. So I'll just put some glue on the fold here. And put it sort of in the centre. And then this one here I'm going to seal up, fold in half, and that will become a centerpiece. And then these little gold ones are quite cute, little teeny tiny ones. I just get them from the office supply place. They're like a little money envelope or something. I don't know what they're used for, but they're quite cute. I like the stationery shops, so when I go I look for things that I might be able to use in my junk journals, and invariably I find something that I probably don't need, but I buy it anyway. And let's see which other ones. Oh yeah, these vellum ones, they're lovely. I'm sure I had another one in the same size. Here it is. I have to put something over the top of that because the vellum, because it's clear or see-through, it's not opaque. You can see where I put the glue on, but I can put something in that later. And there's another one, and then I've only got one of these. This is a CD folder, you know. Well, it's a fake one, but it's what you would use to put a single CD in, you know, without the box. And you'd slip that in there when CDs were around. I suppose they're still around, aren't they? But they're probably going out very soon. I don't know. I've not seen a record shop for so long. But I'm just working out if I'll just pop that straight onto one of the pages. Here's another tiny little baby one. Not sure where this one came from. And I don't have another one of that. So I might also put this as a flip over. Now the only thing I need to be careful of is that the size of the envelope that I'm wanting to fold out fits on top of this. I'll show you here. If I put this one on there, it'd be no good because this is where my binding is going to go and it's going to overlap it, so it wouldn't be any good on something like that. But this one, that's pretty tight too. But I might see if I can get something that's a bit wider, maybe these vellum ones. No, that's the same size. I'll stick with this one. I'll put it on there. It's got a sticky thing on it, but I will actually put glue on it instead of using the self-adhesive that's on there. And I haven't quite stuck it on straight, so I'll have to fix that because it won't be any good unless I put it on straight. There you go. I haven't put it in the centre this time. I've put it sort of at the top or the bottom, whatever you want to call that. And I don't know if I used these ones, did I? Oh no, they're a different one. Okay, some more little ones that I've been obviously collected. Okay. I might stick this side down too, so this one won't have the pocket through, but I'm going to do something else with this one. And with this one, because this is stuck down now and this one's a bit tight, what I'll do is I'll stick this edge down too. So I'll just put a bead of glue in here, stick that one down, and then I'm going to take my scissors. I could do this on my cutting tool as well. I'm just going to cut the ends off so the pocket ends up on the outside. There you go. And what else have I got? Another vellum. This is in a different size. So I might use one of those as well. then I've got a little bag here, and I also have these ones. So these are just your standard envelopes. Now let's see how we're going with all of this and see if we can put it together, make something out of it. Let's start with the big one because this is our cover, and then let's put some other things in. I've got the airmail and the brown, this one, the long one, and they don't have to all be in the same place. I'm just putting them up and down, staggering them wherever I think that they might look okay. This one with the pink and that little thing there, and then the baby one, and this one. What else? Oh no, the vellum ones. I might put the vellum one in here, I think. And then I also have the little gold one, so that's got to go in somewhere too. Maybe I'll put that in here. I haven't put those in. There you go. That might make a nice little signature in a book, a signature full of envelopes or a small journal. And I like the that I'm reusing some of the stuff that I would normally have thrown in the bin. It's always nice to use that. Now, I'm not going to bind it yet because I think I'll bind it into a journal, or I'll add some extra bits in. For example, I've got a bit of tea-dyed paper lying here on the table. I just see if you put some of that sort of stuff. Now this is just plain copy paper that I've dyed with tea. So in terms of using resources, it's pretty light because you're using tea, and you can even use your leftover tea to do that. You don't have to use new tea, and or leftover tea bags and or loose leaf tea, and copy paper, which is really quite cheap. And the bits that when you print something and you might get an extra leaf come out, an extra page come out, that happens to me quite a bit because I print a lot for work. And you think, oh, you don't really want to throw that in the bin because there's nothing wrong with it, but equally you may not want to put it back through the printer, so you can save those extra bits up, even if they've got a little bit of writing on them. That would be even more special if you had a bit of text on them that accidentally came out on the page or whatever. So you've got that, and if you made like 3 of these, I think that would be quite a good journal. So you could have 3 signatures and put them in. You could still use this as the cover and just have your 3 signatures, put them into this one cover and make a cover out of that. So maybe I'll go and do that now. My board's wobbling around a bit, sorry. Maybe I'll go and work out how I'm going to do the cover so that I can put these signatures in here. So that's pretty super easy, I think. And I'll decorate this up a bit more as well while I'm at it. I'll just have a look at this now to see what else I need to do to it. So I've got a pocket in here. That's fine. The airmail pocket's the same. It's fine. I might put some washi along there though, because that looks a bit weird. Measure that washi and then I'll chop it off and hopefully it'll look all right. Okay, that's fine. The little gold one, I think that too might be too hard to get things in there, so I will glue this down as well. I've decided I'm going to beef it up a bit because I didn't think that there were enough envelopes in there. I surprised myself. I thought that it would be quite full with the number that I pulled out initially, but that's not turned out to be the case. So a few more will not go astray, I don't think. I've got some of these plain ones because they're a good size, and also you can put things in them really easily. So I thought I'd do a couple more sets of that. And I have a big one here, and I thought that I could put that big one on the front cover. So I'll put it, it's actually got my name on it, but I'll be covering all that, so that's fine. I'll put that on here. Somewhere in the centre. Now I'll use my scraps and do some decorating, I think. So this is a good way also to use up scraps. I've got plenty of scraps in this box I'm using. And I'll just find some things that might fit. So that one's a bit short. I could still use it. But I've got a piece that it may fit on if I look a bit further. Some I won't cover at all, but I will cover these. So I might put up that on there even though it's not quite fitting, because it'll have this little border around it then, and I'll make that border the same size all the way around. And just mark that where I want to cut it, and then I'll go and cut it in a moment. So that's going to fit on there. But I also need a few other bits and bobs as well. I wonder if this will fit on the front. Yeah, that's going to be perfect for there. I'll cut these down once I've gone and chopped the papers off. I'll put them on. Now, I don't have to cover all of these. I could leave this white or that side, but I'll probably cover this back side here because it's got, the envelope overlapping on it. I'll put that on. And the other thing I wanted to do was I'll probably put some stuff inside as well. So just work out what I need to put inside here. Now I've cut all those up, so I'll put some of them on now. I might make this the front cover actually, that's really pretty. And then I did one for here, this one, that's right. Because I've gone and cut them actually. Oh, that's really nice. I might use the other side of this one. I like the floral, but that brown flower thing is just gorgeous. Didn't even look at the back of it when I pulled it out of the pack. Oh, that's lovely. It matches really well. Okay, and then I've got this one, which I cut to go in here, I think, didn't I? Actually, I didn't think I cut that to go in there. No, I've got another one to go in there, but I can put this one. This was an off cut, but I will put this one in here so you've got a pretty page inside the envelope. just goes to show you don't always have to use new stuff to make something. I think this is a lesson in that. And then I've got one for the outside here. Put this, I wanted to leave that side white actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, but I'm not going to put it on the inside. I'm going to put it on the outside. I'll put it in here like this to start with, and then I'm going to I'm cutting around this so that I can put it on here, just to create that. And I'll see if I can find my sponge. Here it is. And then this piece here I might put in here because that will give me a pretty inside the envelope as well as outside without cutting into another piece of paper. Oh. Now that's going to be in the centre of the signature, so I may run some washi tape down there. And what have I got here? Probably need something on the back of this because it doesn't look that nice because of the two tones that are happening there. Let's find another piece of paper like this one. I don't mind the airmail strip because it shows where these have come from. So I just need to cut that down. I'll take that over in a moment and chop it. And what else have I got? This one as well, I can use it. It'll need trimming on two sides, but only a little bit on one. I'll cut that off there. And let's see what else I've got. I think the little gold one, I've stuck that down and I need to just cut some off there. I'll probably end up cutting all of these off so that you've not got that little fold up bit. So I'll put that over there, that needs cutting. What else needs to be cut? This one is probably same. It needs to be cut up here, just trimmed off because it's hard to get something in there. And then I'm going to do another signature. I was going to do several envelope signatures, but now I've just had another idea that I think I'm going to do. So I might attack that on another day in another video. I do need something on this, which is the vellum. Not this side, but on here where I've got the piece showing, because I've glued that on. None of that's the right size, but I think if I dig a little deeper into here, I will find something that is the right size. So here's something that I was mucking around with, and that is going to fit on there. Okay, so I just need to mark where I've got to cut that. And that will go to the cutter as well and get cut up. And this one just needs something on here, I think, just to hide that. Let's see. Doesn't even need a whole piece. It could have a whole piece. Oh, here you go. And that's a little bit shy. It's either, you know, if it's obviously left short, but if it just looks like it's left short because I've run out of paper, then it looks a bit odd. I think I'll have to look a bit further. What's that? No. Oh, this one looks quite good. Yep, and that's even better because it's toning in, because this one's got the same tone of pink through here on the lines, and also it's got writing on it, space to write on it. I might actually use that side because those lines there are pink as well. So I do need to cut this one down too. Okay, what else? All right, I'll go and cut those, I think, and then come back. I've got this, that doesn't need anything done to it. And this one here, which I've opened up the ends of. But it will need something on here because I've got this mark. I could have left that, but I probably won't. I've got plenty of stuff to put on there. I may as well use one of these pieces that I've got cut off here. I'll use one of those. I'll cut something down for that. So I've just almost finished this now. I've covered it in papers, and not all of it. Some of it I haven't bothered to cover, but I'll probably cover a bit more. Got, you know, plenty of writing space here, plenty of tuck spots, lots of different envelopes in this one, and little flip outs and things like that. So I think that that's pretty good. So that would make a great signature in a journal. So I'm going to not bind it yet, because when I bind it, it'll need to be bound into the journal. And I do have a couple more papers that I want to finish it off with, but they're just scraps really, little bits and pieces that I've got in my scrap box. So it's a really cheap way to make a signature. And if you make several of them, then you can make it into a journal. But I might put this into a journal with some other things as well, so that I've got a bit of an eclectic mix. So I hope you enjoyed that quick, easy and super cheap project, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.